Can We Talk, the interview featuring Tracey Phipps. Welcome. How are you? Are you like frozen? You all right? We're leaving all of that too.
Sorry.
So this is Tracey. As you can see, she's a character already. Tracey is born and raised here?
No, I'm born and raised in D.C.
I just asked you this off the camera, and you said, no, I'm from here.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I said, no, I'm from not here. No, I might have said that, but no, I'm from D.C. by way of Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because I saw you on the boat. Like,
what?
So you was the captain, and you was like salsa dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that came out bad. You're right. Not that. No. It's a bad start to that. But,
But yes, I was on a boat in Dominican Republic dancing to merengue, and I was steering.
Yes, that interview almost ended real quick. So...
is that in your script there? Like, what?
No, it isn't. It is not at all. But so Tracey, jack of all trades, you got your hand in a little bit of everything. Of course, music. This is why you're here, and I'm gonna give you the chance to talk a little bit about your other endeavors, like Time for Tea.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So Time for Tea is an organization, it's a nonprofit, or in the way of becoming a nonprofit, where we serve confidence with a cup of tea. Mm-hmm. So I started Time for Tea about 3 years ago in Orlando, where we just got women together to have open and honest conversations. And it just started off with a few women, but it grew over the course of the last 3 years. So now this year we decided to actually make it official, incorporate, trademark. And now we're also working with schools and bringing etiquette training and like social skills building and confidence building to young girls as well. So it's grown from its start, but it's something that is in my heart, and that's what I was born to do, empower other women.
And when did you realize you had that like passion for just that empowerment? Like what sparked it?
I would say I'm a big believer in like not coincidences, but in assignment, appointment by God, and the way that your life and the way that things transpire in your life always end up resulting in like who you're supposed to be. So I am a twin, and I have an older sister. I don't have any brothers, so I'm around all women. My mother's a single mother. My grandma's a single mother. So I've just always been around strong single women. And I think just that also shows me that I have like a history around a lot of women, but also gives me an opportunity to see like women at their fullest potential. So I think it just has a lot to do with like my history and my upbringing, but yeah.
That works. I rock with that. I definitely like that a lot. Like once, I'm going to tell a story about how I met you.
Oh.
But that was one of the first things I saw like on your social media. And I was actually pretty dope because just like, I feel like we're working to build this platform for local artists who feel they don't have a platform. I feel like you're kind of doing that for women who just sometimes need to be heard. I do remember. I want to do it without looking at it because I remembered what the acronym was for T.
Oh, what it stands for?
It was talk, empower, and affirmation. Right?
Yes.
Okay. See, I pay attention. I do my research. But
good. Don't ask me no questions.
So, funny thing, how I met Tracey, downtown Orlando. And I asked her about this before we got on camera. She didn't remember. She remembered one detail. Take it how you want it. But so we were downtown. I was with my group. You were with one of your friends. I don't know if it was her birthday or your birthday. It was one of your
my
birthdays.
friend Courtney.
Okay. Shout out to Courtney. And I was, we were buying shots, and it was my turn to buy a shot. And for whatever reason, it could just be me, but I kept looking up, and for whatever reason, I felt like one of y'all were just looking at me, and I was like, oh, it must be that, he's super tall situation or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. So I was like, okay, just go ahead and send them 2 shots because y'all were at the bar at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all took y'all 2 shots, and I wasn't going to say nothing to y'all for the rest of the night. And then the bartender came back and said, they told you to come over there. And I was like, okay, all right. So I went back over there, and then y'all bought me a shot. So now it's like, y'all trying to get me drunk. I don't know. This might be a dangerous situation. Let me get out of here. But no, we talked about music, of course, because it asked what I did. And I mentioned, like, if you really do music now, we're going to have to, like, link and try to make sure. You know, people say, I do music. And in Orlando, you're just like, okay, all right. Yeah. I believe it. And then I actually went and listened to your music the next day. That's when I listened to Higher. There's one Goodbye. There's one Empire. See, I knew it rhymed with Higher. And then there's one that got taken off. That's true. Let me double check. Oh, the one Not Enough. You Are Enough. I Am Enough. How you don't know the name of your own song? See, that's why I got taken off of Apple Music now. She don't even know her own song. But yeah, the funny thing is when I asked her about this, the only thing Tracey remembered was, yeah, you brought around the shots. And I was like, oh, we're not going to say that there's an issue there or nothing. But yeah, like the music is definitely really dope. Inspirational R&B, which is necessary. And it's necessary for it to have a platform, especially in the times that we're dealing with now. So I always recommend everybody, like if you're paying attention, just run those streams up because those are songs that are needed. Actually just released Selfish, which came with not only a fire track, but a fire video as well. Definitely check that out on all streaming platforms, on YouTube. We are definitely going to go ahead and get that snuck in probably right about this point here somewhere. We're going to get the video up here for you. But speaking of music, I do want to ask, when did you figure out that Tracey is a singer? And this can be something for real. Because, you know, some people say like, oh, I was a little kid and I was just, my mom said I could sing or whatever. That's cool. But when did you know that this was a real thing where you can build an empire off of it? No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's an accident. I'm just great like that. Go ahead.
I would say when I was younger, maybe around like 15, 16, me and my sisters would sing together. We were a trio. And there was a competition that I did by myself. It was called Renace una Estrella, a Spanish competition. I speak Spanish. You know that, right?
Very fluently. Okay. I don't know what just happened.
It's A Star is Born in Spanish.
Okay.
And that was a really fun experience, but it also taught me like, okay, I'm competing with other people. And of course, sometimes for some people that's like a turnoff, but for me, it was like adrenaline. I didn't win. But still that feeling of like, wow, being in front of a lot of people, getting judged and like some people liking me and then some people not liking me, like that's cool too. So
yeah.
I think after that I started to work on Christian music and my sisters kind of went their own way. Like they didn't really want to do music anymore. But I was like, I want to stay in this lane. And eventually I met a producer out in Maryland that eventually like picked me up and wanted to like do stuff. When I turned 21 was when I got the opportunity. I graduated college. So it was like, okay, either you can pursue your music dreams and whatever happens, or I got this great job opportunity to work in Japan. And I was dope. Like, I'm gonna take this one. So I did that, but in the back of my mind, I always said, and my producer actually told me this, he was like, wherever you go, you can take music with you.
Yeah, so, for sure.
You know, get your bills paid, but at the same time, bring music along with you. So I think around that age, like the 19, 20, 21 age, was when I realized like, I really want to do this, but I also had to make the decision of like starting a career, and
sense.
Not forgetting about like my passion as a child. So
just to piggyback on that, so you mentioned you peeked in on clips of the 16, the R&B competition we did. You said you like competitions. You said you like being judged and then feedback and here and there. Could you see yourself being in season 2 for the 16?
Sure.
Now, you just saying sure because you on camera, or is this a sure like, oh, I'm really going to come and try to...
I mean,
we can let you off the hook for now.
No, I'm saying,
oh, I love it.
Wait.
So you're going to...
What happened?
No, I'm just saying, well, you just challenged for it. Like, no, I'm going to answer this.
I mean, no, I want to do it. I think, you know, the competition just has to be there. So as long as the competition's there, I think it'd be fun. So
So what that sounds like is I'm not singing with no peasants, pretty much. Okay, I got you. I understand. So we can move on to the next question.
I mean, I'll sing with peasants if I have to, but that's not what I was.
You just don't want to. I got you. We here. No peasants, no chokers. So speaking of music and just like you singing, what is your? Okay, matter of fact, no. If you can give yourself 3 artists to define your musical style, what 3 artists would those be? Would that be?
It's interesting because if you hear my music, it's evolved. And Selfish, what I just put out, I think is very different from what I've done before. So it's hard to say like what specific 3 artists, but I would say for sure Jhené Aiko is one. I would say in the past maybe Alicia Keys a little bit, probably not so much anymore. But Jhené Aiko, definitely Snow Allegra, I think has been a huge inspiration for me.
I love Snow Allegra. And Alicia Keys and Jhené. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I would also say from a gospel standpoint, because I do like full like notes and I am a soprano, so I would probably say like Kiara Sheard also has been an inspiration. So.
Okay, so with those, let's say we'll take those acts. We're building a show, but you can only take 2 of those acts to perform on the show with you. Which 2 are you taking?
Oh, Jhené Aiko and Snow Allegra.
That was not hard at all. Okay, I love it. I'm rocking with it. You know, I used to love Alicia Keys, but you know, I guess times have changed.
I love her. She's great.
So. Going back, because you said your sound has evolved, which I agree with, because I believe it was Higher that I was listening to, and when it first came on, I got like not directly in the lane, but I got like a Jill Scotty type of. I think it was Higher, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty dope. Like, and you can actually sing. You weren't like playing with like I can't think of the word for it. Just plugins and ways to alter your vocals and things of that nature. Which I definitely appreciate because we don't have singers like that anymore. But then, like you said, the evolution of Selfish, where would you, let's say you're making a playlist, 3 songs, 1 song before, 1 song after. What songs surround Selfish right now for like the smoothest transition?
In my current playlist, or you're saying around like any song?
No, any song. Yeah, it can be a Jhené, it can be a Snow.
Probably, I'd say, I mean, I don't know, because it kind of has like a futuristic type of feel to it too, or eclectic, and Snow Allegra has a little bit of an eclectic feel, so probably like Situationship. I might say Dying for Your Love because it also has like a slower, deep, like slow, like hit, and so does Selfish a little bit. And I kind of did try like dance like her in one of the parts.
She has some moves in the video now.
Right. So yeah, I'd probably like Situationship or Whoa or something. So
okay,
I think.
So you're just gonna sandwich yourself with Snow Allegra. That's a dope lineup to me. So I'm rocking with it. So speaking of Selfish, of course it's the message is in the song. But just to hear from you now, where did the inspiration come from? What made you decide this is where I'm at in life and this is what I need to talk about right now?
So growing up, I'm Pentecostal. Well, I was Pentecostal growing up. Like I didn't wear pants. I didn't do my hair. I had like eyebrows like this. Like I was told that nail polish was the devil. So I grew up very secluded from a lot of things. But over time, I just started to explore more about life and music. And I mean, even now I'm not like fully evolved as an artist, but I think over time I was like, okay, let me stay in the contemporary gospel lane. And then it was like, okay, well, I got around like actual gospel, like black gospel singers, like Nikki. And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds cool. Like, let me try the Kiara Sheard vibe and like the Tasha Cobbs vibe. So I think over time I just kind of evolved. And now I'm at a place where it's like, okay, I have some like soulful influence. I have some of like my Latin influence, but now it's like, I want to make music for people that are not in the church, but I still want to have a positive message because I think I always say like people in the church already have, I don't want to say they're saved, but they have help there.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I get...
They have the blueprint and everything.
They have the blueprint.
Yeah.
So how do I get people that may not necessarily want to hear the word God or hear the word Jesus, but like I can tell them like, you know, you can love yourself.
Yeah.
That's a commandment, right? Like you have to love your neighbor like you love yourself. So it's like I want to make music for people that need that. And then eventually with my lifestyle and the way that I live and what I do in the community and also in my church is like how I want to then bring people to Christ. But you have to kind of step out of like your comfort zone to go after people that, you know, may not be necessarily where you normally are.
Yeah. So in a sense, you can say you feel like you're trying to, I don't want to say save people because, you know, that's a strong word, but you're just trying to bring people closer in their own language, in a sense.
Yeah, I believe I was born and called to heal people and like to heal nations as well. So I don't believe my music, and that's also, you asked me like what made me feel like I wanted to be an artist or I could be a singer. It's not even like the idea of being a singer. It's more the idea that I know that I've been put on this earth for this specific time, and I've been given so many, like you mentioned, I have so many talents, so many gifts, and like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I just have so much I can do, God. It would be a disservice to God for me to not like try to be everything that He's called me to be. So it's like I have to do everything that I can do.
Just don't burn yourself out now. So everything is a lot.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I like just judging by the way you move and just how well you keep yourself. I could definitely see that not being a problem. Like I feel like all the doors that are supposed to open will get open. You will reach the masses that you're supposed to reach. Now I was gonna ask about with T. So one of the acronyms is Affirmations. So give me 3 affirmations that you give yourself, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, and then 3 that you would give to the women that don't know about Time for Tea and what you would want them to accept on the way in.
Dang, that's a lot of affirmations. So sick. 9 of 6.
That's 6. All right. Math ain't for everybody.
I mean, I would just say every day. I mean, I wrote a song about it. I am enough is one like that, and to me, that's like one of my main messages about purpose. And it's just like everything you need is literally right here inside of you. So I would say the affirmation of I am enough. On my mirror at home, I actually have affirmations that I've written, but like one of them says like, you're destined to do whatever you're supposed to do today, so dress for it. So like I remind myself like if I'm gonna be great today, I have to dress up and look that way.
Got you. Also a fashionista.
Yes, I love clothes.
Yeah, that's in her bio, like fashion. I remember the word fashion being in there, but very big on fashion.
Yeah, another one is like feed your faith, starve your fear. So that's another one that I constantly tell myself when I'm feeling nervous or afraid or I'm about to make a big decision. I'm like, okay, well, let me feed my faith. Feeding my faith is like, you know, reading books, talking to friends, praying, doing whatever I need to do to feed like the better part of me. And then instead starving my fear means like not focusing on what makes me afraid. So those would be 3. I am enough.
That's strong. Yeah.
The second one, I don't remember like the full thing, but I remember the gist. That's why I saw my mirror. And then the other one is just like
dress accordingly. That's the second one. Pretty much.
And then feed faith, starve fear would be the other one.
Okay, so you can give one for like
ladies?
Women coming in. Yeah, just one that you would like to stress to any woman that you can get your message to.
I would say this is like not so much an affirmation. It's a quote, but it's a woman is like a cup of tea. You never know how strong she is until you put her in hot water. So that's
deep. That's powerful.
Yeah, that's one that we like to use for Time for Tea because it's like you have to go through something to really know that you can make it out of something. So you know, if life is easy, then you've never been challenged, then you would never really know what your full potential is. So
I'm gonna put you in a tough situation now. This isn't the one for later. That's coming up right after. But so you have plenty of passions. I can tell just from talking to you. But 2 major ones right now are music and Time for Tea. If you had to never do one of them, which one would you let go of? And why?
I would say neither.
That's not
because
how that goes.
Yes, it does. Because look, listen.
How you gonna change the rules?
I think that when you find what you're passionate about, if you can, and this is kind of like how you build an empire. If you can find a way to get all of your passions to kind of intertwine and intermingle, I think that's where you start building your brand, your empire, and all that stuff. So for me, actually, like my actual job would be the one that I would probably walk away from because it doesn't have anything really to do with like my actual passions. But to be honest, like Time for Tea is empowering women, and my music is also empowering women. So it's like I can do both together. So
I'll let you off the hook. That was
give any of them up.
That was a good finesse. I let that go. So normally whenever we getting ready to close out a little bit, we throw in this little game.
Oh man.
The song association game, right? And it's even more entertaining because you can sing, like really sing.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's a bottle of water right here. You can take a sip. Go ahead and prepare for it. Anyone that's a fan of the Terrell Show, which we are at Can We Talk Music, see, is go subscribe to him too. Subscribe to us first, but then go shout out to Terrell. But song association. I give you a word. Don't look at
I can't even see it. Screen protected.
You're right. Hey, you put my business out there now. That's crazy.
544-899-7.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a word, and you have 10 seconds. That's fine. You ain't got no time for all that. 10 seconds to come up with a real song. We're not freestyling. We're not making nothing up. And are you ready for the first word?
Sure.
Your first word is T. T-E-A.
It's time for tea. Time for tea.
She made that up.
It's time for tea.
She definitely made
It's
that
time for tea. No, time to talk. Empower. Affirm. Gather around. No?
See, I feel like she just created the jingle to Time for Tea. So we're going to keep that so you can use that for when you do your YouTube stuff. But that is not one. Not at all.
1-0.
Second word. See, I tried to make it relatable to you and everything. See, all right. Second word is talk.
Time to talk. Empower. Affirm. I just used all three words that I think you're going to use. So.
I'm not using any of them anymore. I'm going to give you another chance to talk.
Oh, can we talk?
She did the right one. Okay.
For a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not going to sing on camera, but that's in my opinion, the greatest R&B song of all time. We all know that. I get into arguments about it on Facebook all the time. But whatever. It's not about me. Your third word is joy. Joy.
You give me joy down deep in my soul. Down deep in my soul. Down deep in my soul. Sing it with me. Say, you give me joy.
I'm not in that choir.
Get the second. Down deep in my soul. Okay.
So that's 2 for 3. I'm saying, look, it sounds wonderful, yo. I'm not going to do any justice to this at all. So
You get the baritone.
We can go ahead and just cut this whole side of the table off when she starts singing. It don't matter.
Oh, that works.
Word number 4 is girl.
Girl. The girl is mine.
Did you just turn
I know. I just turned it around. Okay, girl.
And you literally could do.
I should have just kept going because you probably wouldn't have even noticed.
I definitely don't. This is Brandy involved, and we just had this conversation. Come on now.
Girl,
Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney literally did the original first, but the girl is mine.
The girl is. Oh.
No, it's okay now. It's all right. So we're gonna move to the next word.
Yeah. Woohoo!
No. You failed. But your last word is woman.
Woman. There's a few that just came to me.
All you need is one.
I'm every woman inside of me. Don't know, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't got to know all the words. You just got to know the right
I'm every woman.
I'll accept it. Okay. I mean, you got a little help back here, but it's okay.
I mean, I was thinking like, when a man loves a woman.
See, you should have did that. I would have felt better that you didn't cheat.
I didn't know the rest.
But that's all right. We only need it as long as you got to that one part. I'm like, okay, you know that song. Okay, you can stop. But what's next for Tracey?
What's next? I mean, more music. I think for sure. I just put out Selfish. That was the first song I put out after 2 years. So definitely don't want to like wait that long again. But definitely want to do more music. I have a song that I'm currently working on releasing, hopefully by next month, if not the month after. Next year, hopefully an EP that has just more insight on like who I am, how I've evolved as an artist. And then definitely with my nonprofit, incorporating my nonprofit before the end of the year. We also have an event coming up that we're planning for November 7th, Time for Tea for Women.
It's going to be virtual or it's going to be like...
It's going to be in person, but also virtual because we want to allow people from different states to be there too. So, yeah, I would say that's what I'm working on in terms of like my music, my nonprofit, and then just really just hoping that God opens the right doors for me to be able to achieve like all of my dreams and stuff. So
I like it. So you can shout out your Instagram, both of them, YouTube, anywhere that you need to be connected with, just for everyone to hear your message and what you have to say to everyone.
Yeah. So I would, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, on Spotify, on YouTube. You can also find me on LinkedIn.
Kind of got to get them the name.
Yeah, so. I was getting there.
Oh, my bad. All right. I didn't know if they was all the same. That's why I was like...
You can find me on all of those platforms under the same name.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So Tracey Phipps, and that's Tracey with an EY, Phipps with a PH, and 2 P's.
I was looking at it like you might want to...
Add the P's.
PHIPPS.
Yes. So Tracey Phipps on all those platforms. And then I guess my message to people would just be like I said, feed your faith, starve your fear, chase after your dreams. Everything you need is literally right here inside of you. Love yourself. Self-love is the best love.
That's great energy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Praise the Lord.
That too. Yeah. All right. But definitely want to thank you for taking the time out, sitting down, talking to us, letting us have just that, I don't want to say exclusive interview because I've seen, other people got to you and you've been posting it. I'm hating a little bit. We should have been first, but it's okay. It's all right.
We'll be first next time.
Well, we'll see. All right, I'll be ready with more words now. But definitely want to give a shout out as usual to Devin here at Exclusive Cuts Barbershop here on the wood wall. Beautiful wall, y'all. Come on now. And of course, follow us at Can We Talk Music on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all podcast platforms. We're everywhere. And that's it. Cut. Great job.